Hello, everyone, and welcome to another absolutely incredible episode of It Sucks to Be You, the podcast that celebrates humanity's most spectacular failures. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ben, your guide through the battlefield of bad decisions.
Today, we're marching straight into military mayhem.
Oh no.
The world's worst military commanders.
Now this is going to be a bloodbath of bad judgment.
We're talking about generals so confident in their terrible tactics, they led thousands of soldiers to their doom.
The ultimate it sucks to be you when your incompetent commander gets you killed.
These are the military geniuses who looked at obviously suicidal plans and said, perfect.
Negative IQ meets military might.
If you're enjoying tales of tactical disasters, hit that follow button and give us a like.
Let's charge into battle.
First up, General George Armstrong Custer and the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Oh, the king of overconfidence.
This is the guy who looked at thousands of Native American warriors and thought,
I can totally take them with 200 men.
Custer was so arrogant, he literally ignored his scouts who were begging him to wait for reinforcements.
Wait, his own scouts told him he was outnumbered?
Not just outnumbered, massively outnumbered. We're talking 200 versus potentially 2,000.
10 to 1 odds? Those aren't odds, that's a death wish.
Let's hear from the man himself.
There are not enough Indians in the world to defeat the 7th Cavalry. We shall strike swiftly and decisively. Glory awaits, gentlemen.
There's not enough Indians in the world? He was literally surrounded by them.
Does the name Crazy Horse ring a bell?
Of course. He was almost single-handedly defending the Indian territory against the invaders.
He wasn't called Crazy Horse for nothing. He has been credited with personally killing more people than were in Custer's entire force.
And he was there? Custer should have turned tail and run.
That would have been the prudent thing to do, but then he made it worse. He split his already tiny force into 3 groups.
He divided his 200 men against thousands?
Classic military strategy. When outnumbered 10 to 1, make yourself even weaker.
That's not tactics. That's suicide with extra steps.
The result? Custer's last stand lasted about 1 hour.
1 hour? That's not a battle. That's a massacre.
Every single soldier in Custer's immediate command was killed.
Including Custer himself.
At least he didn't have to write the after-action report.
Dear War Department, slight miscalculation regarding enemy skill set.
The man's ego literally got himself and all his men killed.
But wait, there's more military morons where that came from.
Next up, the charge of the Light Brigade.
Ah yes, the poem that made stupidity sound heroic.
Lord Raglan and Lord Cardigan, during the Crimean War, somehow managed to order their cavalry to charge.
Directly into cannons?
3 sides of cannons.
Wait, they were surrounded by artillery on 3 sides and they thought, let's charge that.
Here's the best part. It was all based on a miscommunication.
A miscommunication?
The order was vague, the commanders misunderstood, and instead of clarifying,
They just sent 600 horsemen to charge cannons?
let's hear from Lord Cardigan.
The order is clear, gentlemen. We charge the guns. It is not for us to question why. It is for us to do and die. Forward, the Light Brigade.
It's not for us to question why. That's exactly when you should question.
When the order is charge directly into certain death, maybe ask for clarification.
How many survived this brilliant tactical maneuver?
Out of roughly 670 men, about 110 were killed, 160 wounded, and they lost 375 horses.
They lost more horses than they had survivors.
And what did they accomplish? Absolutely nothing.
They literally charged to their deaths for no strategic gain.
The French general watching reportedly said,
C'est magnifique, mais ce n'est pas la guerre.
Which means,
it's magnificent, but it's not war. Even the enemy thought it was stupid.
that's when you know you've screwed up. When your enemies feel sorry for you.
But we haven't reached peak military stupidity yet.
It gets worse?
Meet Major General Edward Braddock, who decided to fight Native Americans using European tactics.
Oh, this sounds promising.
In 1755, during the French and Indian War, Braddock marched his troops in perfect formation.
Through the forest?
Bright red uniforms, drums beating, flags flying.
Against an enemy that specialized in guerrilla warfare?
Like advertising, shoot us, we're right here.
Please tell me someone suggested maybe not marching in bright red through dense forest?
A young George Washington begged him to adapt to frontier fighting.
Wait, George Washington was there?
As Braddock's aide, he tried to convince him to let the colonial troops fight from cover.
And Braddock said?
These are the king's finest. We shall maintain proper military discipline and formation. We are not savages skulking behind trees. British regulars do not hide.
British regulars do not hide. They also don't survive.
The result? Of Braddock's 1,300 men, 900 were killed or wounded.
900 out of 1,300?
Including Braddock himself, shot right off his horse.
While the Native Americans lost about 130 men?
It wasn't a battle, it was target practice.
For the other side.
But our parade of military morons continues.
Who else made the list?
General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, who managed to lose Texas.
How do you lose an entire state?
By being so overconfident that you take a siesta during a war.
He took a nap?
At the Battle of San Jacinto, Santa Anna was so sure of victory he ordered his army to rest.
During a war?
Without posting sentries, Sam Houston's forces attacked during siesta time.
They literally caught them napping?
The battle lasted 18 minutes. Santa Anna's army of 1,400 was destroyed by 900 Texans.
18 minutes?
Santa Anna himself was captured the next day, dressed as a common soldier.
Trying to sneak away in disguise?
This defeat is impossible. I am the Napoleon of the West. My army was invincible.
Napoleon of the West. More like Napoleon.
He literally lost a war because he was too lazy to post guards.
And now we come to a special category. Generals who invaded Russia in winter.
Not one, but two military geniuses made the same mistake.
Napoleon and Hitler.
Let's start with Napoleon in 1812.
The man who conquered most of Europe thought, you know what, let's invade Russia.
With 600,000 men, the largest army ever assembled in Europe.
What could go wrong?
Everything. He started in June, thinking he'd be done before winter.
Russia will fall within weeks. My Grande Armée is unstoppable. We shall dine in Moscow before the first snowfall.
But the Russians just kept retreating.
And burning everything behind them. No food, no shelter, no supplies.
And then came General Winter.
Temperatures dropped to minus 30 degrees. Horses froze to death standing up.
How many of those 600,000 men made it back?
About 100,000. He lost 500,000 soldiers.
Not to battles, but to weather.
Then, 130 years later, Hitler thought, that Napoleon guy just did it wrong.
No. He saw Napoleon's disaster and thought, I can do better?
Operation Barbarossa, 3 million soldiers.
We will crush the Soviet Union before winter. The Wehrmacht will succeed where Napoleon failed. We are prepared for everything.
They were not prepared for everything.
They brought summer uniforms, their equipment froze, oil turned solid in their tanks.
History literally repeated itself.
Both Napoleon and Hitler learned the same lesson. Russian winter is undefeated.
Russian winter 2, would-be conquerors 0.
Time to rank these disasters. Who gets the highest negative IQ score?
Custer has to be up there. 10-1 odds, and he splits his forces.
But the Light Brigade literally charged cannons for no reason.
Santa Anna lost Texas because he took a nap.
I think invading Russia in winter twice deserves special recognition.
Hitler gets the gold medal. He had Napoleon's example and still did it.
Negative IQ of 250. That's weapons-grade stupidity.
When you ignore 130 years of historical precedent, you've achieved peak dumbness.
If you've enjoyed our tour through military incompetence, hit that follow button.
And remember, confidence without competence equals catastrophe.
Until next time, I'm Alex.
And I'm Ben, reminding you that it really sucks to be you. If you're following orders from these military geniuses,